Hello and welcome to Looking Glass Letterbox. This is a weekly reading for the last week of February going into March. And this is for all signs. This is a reading for the week itself, not a particular sign of the week. So this is a reading for time. Okay, and I'm going to start off and draw a card for the energy this week. Where are we sitting this week as far as energy goes? Daughter of Cups, lovely. Daughter of Cups is the Page of Cups. Pages are about messages. Cups are emotions and relationships. This one in particular is synchronicity and creativity. So it's a good time this week. Pay attention to any inspiration you have, any bright ideas, any like flashes of inspiration, and write them down. Keep a notebook and a pen or your phone close by to make a note to yourself, because there's an offer of a message of emotional significance, emotional fulfillment. So you might have a bright idea that sparks something grand for the future, or at least fulfilling for your future. Okay, and this is what to release this week. Release old thoughts, old story, old opinions, old communications, old words, anything roaming around inside your head that holds you back or holds you down or makes you feel horrible or makes you feel confused and doesn't need to. Let go of that stuff. 10 is the card of completion. Sword is the cards of thoughts and intellect. And, this is all done. You don't have to carry this stuff with you anymore. It's all old news, old story, old impressions, old information that's no longer required to keep hold of. So let that go. Something to reevaluate. Consider the world from a new perspective. All right, this is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is, it's time to pause, a time to reevaluate, a time to look at things from a different perspective, from a different angle. And maybe see things that you've been missing, or maybe see how some information applies that maybe you thought it didn't, or maybe see some information floating around that you were unaware of. I know a lot of signs, the past few readings that I've done had the Seven of Swords floating about in the readings, and that's about hidden information, what is unknown to you yet. So releasing these thoughts, these ideas, this information, and looking around for new information, and that hidden information, is just sitting there waiting to be revealed to a lot of us out there. So take some time to be patient, be calm, sit down, and consider things from an angle that you hadn't considered before. Okay, this is something that you have neglected, making a decision. All right, so there's some you've been stuck, you've been blocked, not knowing which way to go, not knowing which decision to choose, because this is two divergent paths. So taking one of them, choosing one of them, precludes any options along the other. So that's what you've been neglecting doing. But the Two of Swords is also about using your intuition and taking time and being patient, again with the Hanged Man. Being patient to weigh your options. Consider what's best for you. Consider it from different perspective. Consider what's going to be fulfilling. Consider something that hasn't occurred to you before. Remember, this is a message of fulfillment. So with taking this time, releasing this stuff, taking time and looking from a new angle and weighing your options here, that's going to leave you in a good spot for this to be revealed, for you to receive this message. Okay, and this is something that will help. Something that will help you. The Fool. A new journey, new opportunity. Spontaneity, innocence, blindly, not blindly, but, willingly and naively and exuberantly just stepping off the cliff into new adventure, into new possibility, with optimism and hope. And, the Fool is not a jaded individual. So the Fool is not carrying 10 swords around with him. The Fool is unburdened by all of this nonsense. All right, so release that and put yourself back in this place here so that you can weigh your options and receive this message of opportunity or fulfillment there. All right, and something to look forward to this week. And we have Four of Cups. Again, the Four of Cups actually has the Ace of Cups within the card in the traditional deck. Okay, so it's Pisces season, and a lot of us are out there walking around feeling a little, dreamy, a little disconnected. A lot of people feel unplugged, like they can't get a good grasp on what's going on, or like there's something happening that they're just not aware of, and it's just making them feel uncomfortable and, just weird. People that don't do well, and especially if you're not a water sign that typically deals with sensitivity to those sorts of influences. Pisces season is very dreamy. It's very intuitive. It's super sensitive. So if you're not comfortable in a dreamy sort of space, of feeling disconnected and a little bit out among the mist, puts you on edge. You're not the only one feeling that way. So that this could be causing a lot of irritation. This could be causing a lot of dread or stress. All right, but consider things with the Hanged Man from a new perspective. Look around for this new message, and the new message shows up in the Four of Cups. So Four of Cups is kind of it's about stability, because fours are about stability. But it's also related to the Emperor, and that is masculine, the divine masculine, and authority and control and influence over your external world. So this is about a little bit, if you've been feeling apathetic, like you've been turned inward a little bit, which is very, very Pisces season. Look from a new perspective to see this cup appear here in the Four of Cups. There's going to be an offer that's going to be made available, and it may be from, divine inspiration. It may be a sign from above, who knows, or it may just be, an offhand comment that somebody makes as you're walking by, and it sparks something, in your brain. You're like, yes, that's it. That's the little piece of information that I've been waiting for. That Seven of Swords that's been playing around in everybody's readings the past couple months, or the past several weeks, could be there. So that is beautiful. And at the bottom, again, you have the Four of Pentacles. So this is about having your practical needs met, the cornerstones of material stability that you need to have in place in order to grow. So if you're there, at the Four of Pentacles that's informing all of this, you're ready for divine inspiration and synchronicity and creativity and, something beautiful to be opened up for you so that you can go from this space and into this space again. All right, so you can go from the black and the white and the heaviness of sort of oppressive thought and open up into the beauty and the optimism and the opportunity of emotional creativity. All right. And then we're also going to draw an animal spirit card for this week. And what should we keep in mind for this week? Tarantula. Beautiful. Tarantula is fire energy. And tarantula is, let's see, where did it go? Tarantula is at a crossroad, claiming life's purpose. When this is in balance, it follows its intuition. Again, with the two. The two here is a decision based on grounded in your intuition. And when it's out of balance, it hesitates or over-intellectualizes. This is over-intellectualizing. Being stuck here in the Two of Swords can also be over-intellectualized. I mean, at least you've narrowed it down, though, between two. This is over-intellectualizing. This is being stalled because of you're at the crossroads of making a decision that you're missing a piece of information from or a piece of inspiration from. Okay, so the tarantula it represents a moment when a great decision must be made, and that's there in the Two of Swords. It involves prioritizing your deeper purpose. A habit or a routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream. So there's a voice inside that's begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you have to choose the path here that is in alignment with your deeper purpose. Okay, so until you do that, satisfaction is going to be fleeting, or you're going to feel disconnected. You're going to feel like just something is not right. It's going to irritate you. It's going to drive you a little bit nuts. So until you realize that and decide to remove the obstacle that you're hanging on to, because the obstacle is a habit that you're perpetuating. So it's a habit of thought. It's something in here. All right. So it's a habit of thought or behavior that is preventing you from moving forward. But, use the tarantula energy, use the fire to burn away whatever that is, and choose wisely so that you can realign and follow your intuition into the space of the Fool and take the opportunity that's going to be offered here between the Page of Cups and the Four of Cups. All right, that is all that I have for everybody for the last week of February and going into the first week of March. I'm going to be posting the March overview readings by sign over the next couple of days. I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.